Alright, so today we're gonna find out what it was like back then, before the dinosaurs. I'm quite curious to know what it's like because, I mean, before them, like, was there even life? Like, just cells or what, you know? So, hopefully this channel, yeah, What If, is gonna put us in on the missing information that we don't have. So, let's get straight to it.
Billions of years ago, Earth looked very different. All
The
the
heck?
continents were fused into one,
That is
teeming
true.
with life, both beautiful and
Brother, what the heck
terrifying.
was that
When
centipede-looking
you
thing?
think of
It's massive.
prehistoric times, you might picture a T-Rex rampaging through the jungle with its razor-sharp teeth. But even
Stalking,
before the
not
dinosaurs,
rampaging.
there were other giant creatures ruling the
Bro,
earth.
that thing is disgusting. Imagine you
Yeah,
wake up.
Welcome.
Imagine in the middle of the night, you just hear some noise that makes you open your eyes. And then you look up, and on the roof is just this thing. So, give me a second.
Were other giant creatures.
This. You look up and you see this thing. Would you think it's just like a nightmare? Or would you think it's like sleep paralysis? What would you do? You would, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Just cover your head and just hope for the best.
Ruling the
Hopefully
earth.
that thing won't crawl up your bum.
Yeah, welcome to the Permian period.
Permian.
This epic started 300 million
You think that
years
thing evolved
ago.
into the
Back
evolved
then,
into the hippo?
our planet had one supercontinent, Pangaea,
Yeah.
surrounded by a world ocean called Panthalassa. The
Panthalassa.
Permian period began at the
The
end
heck?
of an ice age when temperatures were much cooler than today. Then, during
Well,
early
duh.
Permian days, Earth warmed to a lush environment with a diversity of plants and a rapid evolution of insect and animal life.
Massive animal
Only,
life.
as you probably know,
Big ass frog.
everything is ever changing on our blue marble. Over the next 50 million years,
That looks
Earth
so cool.
kept growing hotter and drier.
More
Eventually,
humid.
the most deadly event in the history of our planet wiped out nearly everything that ever lived here. Scientists
Stupid
call
meteor.
this event the Great Dying, and it was the most catastrophic mass extinction of
Okay, sorry for pausing in, but let's just quickly let's just think about this. Why did the scientists call it the Great Dying? They could have named it something cool. I don't know, the Great Plague or some shit. I don't know. But the Great
than
Dying,
the Earth
scientists
has
do
ever
better.
seen. And the Earth has seen 5 of
The
them.
Great Reckoning, I don't
But
freaking know.
before we get to
The Great
all
Dying,
this
such-
doom and gloom,
So stupid.
let me take you on an epic journey back in time.
Let's go.
Here in the Permian period, some of the most incredible
Back to
species
the
that
past.
roamed our young planet are about to emerge.
This thing evolved into the birds.
Roamed our
It's
young
back.
planet are about to emerge.
Look at that beak. This bird has to be. Fact, it didn't have wings back then, but you know, evolution and stuff.
If you could time travel nearly 300 million years into the past,
That'd be
you'd
crazy.
land smack dab in the middle of the
Absolutely
supercontinent
nothing.
Pangaea. Earth's smaller continents would have just finished colliding with each other to form this enormous landmass, taking up 1/3 of the planet's surface. There was likely less oxygen in the air than there is now, but you still might be able to breathe. Oh, and
Well, isn't it that, according to the Bible, it actually wasn't that long ago, everything. It wasn't millions of years ago. It was a few thousand, maybe 10,000, 20,000 years ago. But back then, when like Adam and Eve were around, the air was a lot more, how do I say this? Pure, I guess. A lot more concentrated, much better than it is now. Which is what allowed Adam and Eve to live very long lives. I think like 900 or something. It was insane. This wasn't really millions of years ago, but it's still interesting to hear what people have to say. So let's continue.
bring a jacket because it would likely be chilly, with some areas averaging no more than a brisk 4 degrees Celsius. But don't worry,
4 degrees
things
Celsius,
will
bro.
soon start heating up.
I would never get out of bed.
By the end of the
And then I'd
early
still freeze to
Permian,
death.
the Ice Age was on its way out, and Pangaea was
Give me
becoming
all
a
that chocolate.
lush world. Plants and animals started to thrive.
Yeah. Hey, when
This
Godzilla
was a
was born.
volcanic
Almost when
world.
Godzilla was born.
Violent eruptions changed the climate, shaped the landscape, and paved the way for evolution. When giant swamp forests began drying out,
Bro,
plant
those-
life had
those
to
trees
adapt.
look
And
massive.
So,
Oh, imagine seeing that in real
290
life.
million years ago, Earth saw the very first seed-bearing plants called gymnosperms.
Acorn.
These plants carried seeds on their cones and They spread
Cones, I
across
mean.
the supercontinent like
Shit's sick.
wildfire. The ancient evergreen forest of the early Permian was hiding something familiar. Just like today, you could find cicadas and beetles
Now,
piercing
was that a
and
cicada?
sucking on the
Is that what a
Just
cicada
like
looks like?
today, you could
I thought that was a dragonfly. Is that what a cicada looks like?
find
What the shit?
cicadas and beetles piercing and sucking on
Dung
the
beetle.
plants, and
Stinky
the
bitches.
cutest of them all, cockroaches.
Ugh.
Only these weren't the cockroaches you know today.
They were much bigger. Bigger than
These
us.
prehistoric vermin were
Oh, never mind.
gigantic, the size of birds. But despite
Huge.
their size, cockroaches
Disgusting.
never ruled prehistoric land, and that's good news, am I right?
That's what will happen
No.
to cockroaches if they get radiation. They'll become that
Something
big. Trust.
much more fascinating was roaming Pangea,
Hey,
the now
Smilodon's
extinct
ancestor has to
of
be
primitive mammals,
big canine.
Dimetrodon. This
Hey,
animal was
Dimetrodon is
as
sick.
fascinating as it was terrifying. Encountering a Dimetrodon
That
would
is
be
insanely
quite a
massive.
sight to behold. This ancient lizard grew to 5
Yeah.
meters long and weighed 225 kilograms.
Holy.
It had a large sail running down its spine. Scientists think this sail helped the
That is
reptile regulate its
massive.
body temperature, soaking up warmth
And
during
swim
the
in the
daytime
water.
and dissipating excess heat during the cooler nights. It would walk toward you like a crocodile and
Look at that thing.
act like a total menace.
Menacing. Oh shit.
Dimetrodon was an apex predator of its time. Watch out for a mix of sharp and flat teeth that would slice you open and grind you up.
It walks so goofy. Like, how'd you get caught by it? Idiots.
In the Middle Permian period, other mammal-like reptiles took over
Almost
the
at the
planet.
Smilodon.
Therapsids.
The
They had
Rhapsid.
strong jaws with
What the hell is
sharp
this
teeth and
naked
a somewhat
science? Who the
upright
heck
stance
named their thing
thanks to
that?
their legs being situated underneath their bodies.
wait,
Therapsid to
what
their
is it?
legs, jaws with sharp teeth and a somewhat upright stance thanks to their legs being situated underneath their bodies.
What?
Therapsid
Whose legs
reptiles
aren't underneath
varied
their
from
bodies?
The
What?
5-meter-long, likely omnivorous Deuterosaurus to the 5 times smaller, meat-eating Lycanops.
Lycanops,
You
bro.
could
That's
meet
such a
plenty
sick
more
name.
Therapsids if you stuck around for
Lycanops.
another 20 million years. During the Middle Permian period, Earth kept getting hotter. The average global
Yeah.
temperature on Pangaea grew to about 25 degrees Celsius. And volcanoes
that is the-
were spitting
Okay,
greenhouse
sorry I'm pausing again, but 25 degrees Celsius is for me the temperature I want every day. Slightly cloudy, maybe a light drizzle every now and again. But then it's not too hot, not too cold. It's just in a nice balance. You don't have to wear long clothes, but you don't necessarily go outside expecting to die of heat or get frozen. So like it's just it'd be so good.
gases out into the atmosphere. Due to the changing climate, sea levels were shifting, but marine
The heck?
life
It's a
found ways to
massacre.
thrive.
They're probably just sleeping.
If you were to take a dip in the prehistoric superocean,
Bask in the
you'd
sun.
be swimming alongside ancient sharks and
What
bony
the-
primitive fish.
I remember that thing's mouth being a lot
Many
longer
more
and bigger.
complex marine species
These things
came
are
and went
bold.
as the
So they're like
environment kept
okay.
changing.
Another time, these things.
Many more
I swear these things are built like Elon Musk, right?
complex marine species came and
Back.
went as the environment kept changing.
Yeah. Like, well, you can't say because of humans, because freaking
In the
we didn't do
late
shit.
Permian period, you could
Then-
have a friendly encounter with another reptile.
Oh, these things are adorable.
Lystrosaurus. These looked like a cross between
now
a
it looks
lizard
horrifying.
and a pig, but unlike all the scary prehistoric monsters out there, Lystrosaurus was a herbivore.
Aww. It kind of
It
looks like
was just
Grogu.
1 meter long and had powerful
that's
front
Yoda,
legs
that's Baby Yoda
for
right there.
burrowing. Soon, another
Just the
cute
face.
mammal-like lizard evolved, the cynodont. The cynodont looked like a giant rodent. It was about 1 meter long,
Freaking
had
rats.
whiskers, and fed on small animals and insects.
Aww.
Now, during this time, something
There goes that.
bad was animals and insects.
What was that? That's the tree that fell over.
Now, during this time,
Why'd it fall like
something
that?
bad was brewing in the air. A large amount of volcanic
Darver.
activity was displacing oxygen from the atmosphere. Scientists
Yeah.
think there was as little as 10% oxygen in the air. Compare
Aw.
that to 21% today.
It's like then
You'd
you're
have
just
a hard
breathing a
time
hot
breathing in
air.
that
It's like
environment.
burning your throat,
And the
your lungs.
temperature
Ugh.
kept rising and rising.
Go
With
live
an
on the
average
snow.
temperature of about
Believe.
28 degrees Celsius, this lush prehistoric world was turning into an oven.
Sheesh.
All good
Okay.
things must come to an end, and sadly, this
Oh, is that
period
Japan?
came to a particularly brutal one.
Damn.
About 252 million years
Run,
ago,
little fools.
about
Run, rats.
90% of all plant and animal life was wiped out.
Brother,
This
what the heck?
tragic moment is called
Bro.
the Great Dying, and it was Earth's most
apocalypse.
devastating mass extinction event.
Freaking the Great Dying, bro.
Scientists still debate what caused this catastrophic extinction. Most theories suggest it was the result of explosive volcanic activity. As
Tectonic plate
huge
movement which
volcanic
led
eruptions
to
swept the continent,
volcanoes.
massive amounts of
I think
ash were
anyways.
unleashed into the atmosphere. So much ash that it blocked out most, if not all, of the incoming sunlight. And with no sunlight, global temperatures dropped.
You actually know what happened? Because everything back then was so massive. Just a herd of them stampeding somewhere caused so much shaking on the ground that it caused the volcano to come out of nowhere and just freaking splooge just lava all over the place. Straight fact. Yep.
Suddenly.
Trust.
Plants couldn't perform their photosynthetic processes and died off.
Yeah, with
And
what air?
Without plants, the very basis of
No
their
sun,
food chain,
just black clouds in the sky.
animals soon followed.
No, don't show
Things
them
got
dying. Oh.
worse before they got better.
Bro, they got a T-Rex head.
Because of all the carbon dioxide emitted during the volcanic eruptions,
Yeah.
global temperatures rose again. And not just to where they were, but higher.
Isn't it
much
few-
higher.
No.
And this caused the superocean to lose most of its oxygen.
Super ocean.
And unable to breathe, a majority of the Permian sea animals perished. Eventually, over 95% of marine species and more than 70% of land animals became extinct.
Yeah.
This mass extinction event could make you sad enough to want to bring back all the animals that have ever gone away. Dinosaurs, too. But that's a story for another.
Another time. Yeah, that was pretty sick. It's cool learning. It's always cool learning about past events, but I mean, it's not 100% accurate because according to my beliefs and stuff, it's not accurate. But oh well, it's cool to always hear other people's point of view and just to hear them out, see what cool ideas and what theories they have. It's always cool. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace out.